Hello friends, my name is Bill Free, and I'm sharing with you this week for the Teachers of God Foundation weekly blog. And I'm going to share with you this week about dying, about really dying before you die. And what does that mean to you? Because, the Bible talks about being born again, the Course in Miracles talks about being born again. But what does it mean to die before you die? What does that mean for you? Well, what it means to me is that you die as the person. You let the body, the personal self identity go. And you have to really want that. You really have to want the non-person identity in order to let go of the personal self preferences, in order to let go of the egoic ideas that keep us trapped in time and space. And the Course says that a teacher of God, in order to experience Christ's vision, which is the real world, it would be full enlightenment, it would be full awareness. In order to have that experience, you have to let go of the attachment of the personal self. The person, the point of view, the points of view, the preferences, the thoughts that you might have based on a past, based on circumstances that you remember. Remembering, the hardest one is to think of a person that may have done something to you or to a situation that you were involved in or had something to do with it, and not to bring them, their past, into the present situation. You may be someone who's hiring someone for a job. I've done that. I've wanted to hire someone for a job and found that their past references were preventing them from being hired for a job. And that's bringing the past to the present and holding your brother guilty for it. And so you really, it's really an uncompromising idea to let go of the personal self-identity in all of its forms. I have a radio show, Pure Presence, on Unity FM radio, and I interviewed a woman from Germany. She's a disciple with Mooji at the ashram in Portugal. And I asked her how she found Mooji. She said a longtime friend of hers, she was in her 70s, a longtime friend of hers who has since passed, said he wanted to go see Mooji in Portugal so that he could die before he died. And that was a puzzling idea when you first hear about it, but they did go. They went to Portugal, and he was able to sit with Mooji, and he was able to have this experience of dying before he died. And it happens in an instant. It actually happens in a holy instant, where you actually you're able to look face to face with the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the idea of personhood. And if you're willing to look at who's having this preference, who's having this point of view, this opinion, this upset, this the Course even talks about, the person is always concerned about keeping the body, making the body comfortable. It's like an addiction. It's a habitual addiction that we have to be a person, and that's our whole human error. That's really the human condition, where we think we're a person and we've forgotten that we are spirit. We've forgotten that we are God's creation completely. And so when it comes to this idea of dying before you die, what it means is you let go of all of those things. And it's a very simple process. It really requires only the desire to know thyself. To die of the person, let the personhood just fall away in favor of the spirit. And then you die before you die. It's a beautiful thing, and it is self-awareness. It is the state of being. Being as God created me. Being as God created you. And seeing all of your brothers that way too. So this is a blog on dying before you die. And it would be my encouragement that you would just consider for a moment, who's running the show? Who's making all the decisions in your life? Is it the person, or is it the self? Is it the spirit? And have you stopped for a moment and allowed yourself just to notice who's making the decision? What's the decision based on? Is it based on love or fear? This is your question this week. Who's in charge? The spirit, the self, or the person that you're not? Thank you for joining me this week. I love you. I bless you. And I thank God for you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.